Well, hello everybody, and welcome. So my name is Charlie, and I am the co-host of the morning show on Cool FM here in Barrie, and it is my honor to be your MC this afternoon. So before we begin our program, we acknowledge the land on which we are gathered in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, and the Wendat and the Haudenosaunee nations have also walked on this land. So this acknowledgement shows the respect of how Indigenous people have shaped Ontario and remind us of the important connection to this land where we learn, work, and where we heal. So today is an extraordinary day in the history of Royal Victoria Regional Health Centre. So more importantly, it's an extraordinary day for the people who count on RVH's world-class cancer care. Joining us today are many very special guests. We have Doug Shipley, MP Barrie, Springwater, Oromodante. We have Sarah Jane Taylor representing John Broussard from MP Barrie Innisfil, Doug Downey, MPP Barrie Springwater, Oromodante, Andrea Kanjan, MPP Barrie Innisfil. We've got Craig Nixon, Ward 2 Councillor representing Barrie for Alex Nuttall, who is the Mayor of Barrie, and we have Lynn Dolan, Mayor of Innisfil, who is also here today. So, yes. Also with us are many RVH patients, care providers, donors, volunteers, and all the folks who are with us via live stream today. Now, why am I nervous? Because I've spent a lot of time here recently. So I'm a patient here at RVH, and I've become very familiar with some of the faces in the audience today because they have taken care of me, and they are still taking care of me. Because I am a patient, I'm a mom and an active member of our community. I am invested in what we are doing here today, and I am excited about the future of this important place and its people. So are we ready to get started? I am honored now to introduce Marianne Frith, Chair of RVH's Keep Life Wild campaign.
Thanks, Charlie. And thank you for being part of today and representing all of those who are cared for here. Each one of us has been touched in some way, large or small, by this disease, by cancer. Some are stories with the happiest of endings, and some we carry quietly and forever as memories of those we've loved and lost. This is a historic day, the beginning of the next chapter in our region's story. It's a day that will see a new era of advancement in world-class cancer care right here at home. It has taken hundreds of volunteers, tens and thousands of generous donors, and years of relentless leadership to bring us to where we are now, on the cusp of the next wave of generational care. Today is the start of a new era of cancer care at RVH. It is with boundless happiness that I share with you that David and Catherine Hudson have pledged a $10 million gift to support the expansion of cancer care. This is an astounding act of generosity, and it is unprecedented in our region. And it will change the lives of so many, now and for years and years to come. On behalf of everybody at RVH, our volunteers, donors, community, and patients of today and tomorrow, I offer our deepest gratitude to you, Catherine and David. I now invite Pamela Ross, CEO of RVH Foundation, and Gail Hunt, President and CEO of RVH, to the stage.
Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Catherine and David. Generosity has the power to change everything. At its core, philanthropy is about just one thing. It is about love, the love of our fellow human beings. And maybe to some ears that might sound a little sappy, maybe at first blush, maybe so. But what else makes a man like Dr. Bryn Presnell, the lone oncologist here 20 years ago, what makes him work years to build a cancer program here, starting from nothing but the idea of what could be? What else puts the steel in Janice Scott's spine as she refused any denial in convincing layers of government that this cancer center simply must be, and then making it be? What else makes a man like David Blencarn, the chair of the I Believe campaign, work for years to raise $35 million to build this cancer center? When he started, there wasn't any reason at all for him to believe that it was possible, but he did it. This room is filled with donors and volunteers who have given and continue to give of their time, their treasure, and their talents. And why are all of you here? It's because you love the place we all call home. And the place we all call home, the people living in it, have every right and every reason to expect to have world-class, life-saving care right here at home. Without all of you and the generosity of our community, we wouldn't be here today talking about expanding a cancer center that didn't even exist just 10 years ago. Imagine what we'll be talking about years from now because of Catherine and David, their love of community, and the love they have for their family, those who are here with us today, and those who they carry with them in their hearts. This kind of thing, these selfless acts of generosity you've all made, have real power. The power to make things that seem impossible actually happen. And they have the power to inspire others to make the same selfless acts of giving. Because the proof of what generosity can do is undeniable, as is the love that's behind that generosity. Philanthropy is not just a one-time event. It is an ongoing journey. It's a commitment to being a part of something bigger than ourselves. And each one of you has made today possible, and I invite you to see yourselves as part of what is yet to come. On each of your chairs, you will have found a really beautiful pen, a really beautiful pen. Please keep it, not only as a remembrance of this historic day, but also for the day when you make your next commitment to the people who will be cared for at this remarkable place. And with that, Gail will tell you more about what is yet to come.
Thank you, Pam. David and Catherine, thank you for being the reason that we are all here this afternoon. The people of Simcoe Muskoka and Team RVH will be forever grateful for you, as will I. There's nothing probably more moving as a CEO to see that someone outside the organization sees how important and special the organization and the team within the walls, as I do as the CEO. So thank you for seeing the incredible opportunity we have here as this organization. And many thanks, and my thanks goes to all of you for bringing us to this place in our history. Pamela mentioned that 20 years ago, Dr. Presnell was RVH's sole oncologist. Let me tell you about what his vision and the work of so many others has made possible. Today, a group of people, about 5 times as many as we are sitting here right now, will be cared for behind those doors that you walked past on your way in. 10 of them will have their first radiation treatment. 14 of them will have their first chemo treatment. 5 of them will be in an operating room having a cancer removed. Only 1 in 5 of them will actually be from Barrie. The rest will live as far north of Thunder Bay and as far south as Toronto. Our cancer program is the busiest of our regional programs, and it's been the highest performing cancer center in Ontario for the past 3 quarters. Our patients are enrolled in more clinical trials than any other hospital in Ontario, very likely in all of Canada, outside of teaching hospitals. This is what Pam spoke about, the power of generosity to change lives in profound ways. But that's not all that we're doing today. Our community needs more from us. We all know why they need more from us. The unprecedented population growth that is driving the demand for care here in our region. The growth rate for our new patients is more than twice as fast as the rest of the province, including the Toronto Cancer Centres. Only 1 cancer center in Ontario has a higher growth rate in new patients than ours. And how are we going to answer that need? Our plan for the expansion of the cancer center is about more than just a bigger building. It's about what will happen inside that building. It's about caring for more people with more staff with advanced specialized skills and more state-of-the-art equipment. And ultimately, it's about the impact of all those things will have on the people who come here for care. Our plan calls for the gold standard in cancer care, treatments that are personalized for the patient, treatments that are precise and are the least invasive possible. Personalized, precise, and minimally invasive care. This kind of care has the best outcomes. Treated sooner, home sooner, recovered sooner, and back to regular life sooner. We'll do this while recognizing that the people we care for are more than just that. They are whole people with complex, busy lives, sometimes surrounded by support, sometimes not. So the care of the spirit is as important to us as the care of the body. Will a building make this happen? Yes, in part, but it's more than just that. There's much more. Advanced imaging like PET-CT helps us to detect cancers even before they can be seen using an MRI. Our PET-CT, which is part of our expansion plan, will became operational less than a month ago. We'll add to our existing fleet another MRI for treatment simulations. We'll use this to plan radiation treatments designed for the exact anatomy of each patient, protecting the surrounding healthy tissue. We plan to add 2 more radiation machines called linear accelerators. These machines, along with our existing ones, make it possible to finally target high doses of radiation to a precise area. Essentially, we do surgery for radiation with radiation beams instead of scalpels. This reduces the number of radiation treatments by as much as 80%. In some cases, we can destroy a cancer with a single session. We'll build a specialized operating room where we can insert tiny radioactive implants directly into tumors so people can be out living their lives, doing their groceries while getting radiation therapy. We'll expand the types of cancers that we can treat, including leukemia, skin cancers, and cancers in the head and neck. We'll offer genetic counseling, virus-based treatments, and stem cell therapies, all specifically customized for each patient. And we'll expand our cancer program beyond this location. Our South Campus in Innisfil will offer chemotherapy treatments, and we'll not only build that space to do that, but we'll also add a pharmacy. And we'll add clinic space for follow-up care after surgery and chemo treatments. And all of this will attract the best talent with the specialized skills we need to provide the exceptional care to our patients. In short, we'll revolutionize cancer care in this region. Now, that's a lot of care, a lot of innovation, and for anyone who's been going through this as a patient, it's just a lot. To support our patients and their families, we'll offer expanded psychosocial programs that will help them manage their lives and as they manage their health. And we'll do this in a way that is culturally informed and respectful to the whole person who is in front of us, no matter how they show up. This is our plan, it's ambitious, and it needs to just be. But having a plan gets us only part of the way there. We need the support and approval of our provincial and municipal partners to get this project over the finish line. To do that, we need our community behind us. We need your cheering loudly for this project, and we need you to invest your hard-earned money into it. With this announcement today, along with many donations already made, including those from many of you here in this room, the Foundation has reached the halfway mark in their goal to grant $100 million towards our expansion plans. Now, I've talked a lot about new spaces, new treatments, and new equipment, and they're all critically important. And as you know, this work is not fully funded by our government partners. Plans like ours only happen with the generosity of our donors. Our theme today, as always, is this: only with you, with David, Catherine, and all of you here and online with us today, can we live up to the promise that we make to everyone who counts on us to make your life better with the care you need close to home. Let's see what that means to a few people who we've been cared for here and those who have. I made it to the end before I flubbed up. Good job, Pam. So let's see what it means to the few people who've been cared for here and those who have done the caring.
Providing care for people with cancer is really an honor and a privilege. Cancer is a terrifying diagnosis, and it's very humbling. It can affect anyone, any gender, any time of their life.
I think cancer has impacted us all, and it certainly has impacted me and my family in very profound ways, and it's why I'm here.
We try and treat people not just like a number, like a patient, like a family member when it comes down to it. That takes sometimes an emotional toll on you, but it's, I think, really important in how we deliver the best care for people.
The very first day of my chemo treatment, my younger sister passed away of cancer. The nurses were amazing. They were so compassionate with me. They sat with me, they held my hand.
From the moment I was diagnosed, they started doing things immediately. If I would have had to drive down the road to Toronto or somewhere else to get I couldn't have done that.
That's always been our mantra, care close to home. Let's do as much as we can for people in our community and try to minimize the amount that people have to travel during a really stressful time.
I would have had to go to Toronto every single day for 17 days to get radiation treatment. I was able to come here to RVH and get my radiation treatment and be back home again within 20 minutes after my treatment, and that meant a lot. To the Hudson family, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for both myself and all the existing cancer patients and future cancer patients here at RVH. Your donation in the memory of your loved one will make such a difference in the lives of so many people in the years to come.
Thank you for taking the time to get to know our program and our team. and recognizing the work that we've put in over the last 10 years. But more than that, having the faith to support where we hope to grow this program. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
So this gift means everything to the care of people here in the region. I hope the Hudsons know how important it is. They saw the value of what that kind of gift can do in terms of bringing the best and the brightest here.
I think incredibly generous, transformative gift that I can see really impacting on not just people today, but tomorrow and for many decades to come.
Thank you to the Hudson family for this gift. It's just going to do so much for patients like myself that have been on this cancer journey. They may be in the middle of it, they may be just starting it at the end of it, but thank you so very much for this. It's awesome.
At this time, we would now like to introduce Andrea Kangin, Ontario Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks, and the MPP for Barrie Innisfil. Also, we would like to introduce Doug Downey, Attorney General of Ontario, and MPP for Barrie, Springwater, and Oro-Medonte.
I'm just thrilled to be here to share this special moment. This is unbelievable. David and Catherine, the leadership for our community, I'm going to tear up.
I will. As Doug, Minister Downey will continue, but as you can see how much we are touched. It's one thing to be elected to have the responsibility of the whole community to address the healthcare needs, and there's only so much government can do, but it's families like you, the Hudson family, who make these things a reality. We're all a big team, we're all one big community. We're larger than that. This is a regional hospital, and so it's encompassed on everyone, whether you're a resident of this community or you work here. We have a huge responsibility to take care of everyone, and you're making that even more easier today. You could have chosen to do anything. You have 2 sons, and you have your daughter and daughters, and so you have your responsibilities too. But now you're trusting that in the community, which means a lot, and it's touching the lives of many of who we all know. We had our own our former Barrie Police Chief, Kimberly Greenwood. And this means that we have more of those individuals back in our community giving their all. You heard from Ann Smith. Now, that is a woman to be reckoned with. She does so much in our community, but because of the donations and the belief in the taking the impossible to the I Am Possible cancer campaign, you help those people live their lives in our community. They don't have to get on that highway. They're able to give back. And man, if you ever met Ann Smith, we cannot do what we do in this community without that lady. And so thank you for allowing them to do that. We heard from Charlie this morning, who opened up today's ceremony, and she's quite the force both on the radio and on the screen and behind the podium. And again, she's now able to continue to be a part of our great community, spending less time on the highway and spending more time here getting the state-of-the-art care that RVH represents. And I'm so proud to represent that community, and thanks to you, more residents can now ring that cancer bell and say, I am cancer-free, I will continue the fight, and we can continue that fight for our community with Team RVH, our great team, Simcoe County and greater community, to continue that journey. But I will pass it back over to Doug.
All right, I'm back, I'm okay. But it's about families, right? It's about our community. And I can tell you, you're doing your part. All the volunteers, the donors, the doctors, the administration, the volunteers at the foundation, even, again, Charlie, sharing your story publicly is empowering for other people. But doing what you're doing to enable all of that to happen. And we have a role to play, we have a job to do, and we've been working at pushing forward for programs, for capital, for approvals, so that all of those things can move. And we'll continue to do that. I'm going to take this pen that you gave me, and every note that I write to the health minister and to the finance minister will come from this pen, and we'll keep going until it's empty. But I want to wrap up by telling you something that happens, and it happens every week. We sit in cabinet. We're fortunate enough to be in cabinet. And there's a water bottle on the cabinet table every week. There's only one, and it says RVH because it's sitting in front of Andrea. And every chance she gets, she's on the premier. See, we got to move, we got to move. So we're going to stay on it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Minister Kanjan and Downey. And now, I am pleased to welcome... Okay, stop. You guys are angels. I can do it, I'm fine. Just give me 1 sec. Please help me welcome David and Catherine Hudson to the stage.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for David and I to be here today with so many exceptional leaders in healthcare. It's an exciting time at RVH, as Marianne, Pamela, and Gail have mentioned. Our entire family has been dedicated to supporting cancer care for over 20 years. So when considering our next step, it took only one meeting with Pamela Ross and Katie Dewar from the RVH Foundation to feel the passion and excitement they have for the future plans of the Cancer Center and the new facility in Innisfil. Thank you, Pamela and Katie, for your incredible introduction to RVH. While their enthusiasm was infectious, it really was the amazing people we met that run the Cancer Center day in and day out, who inspired us to get on board and be a part of the Keep Life Wild campaign. We appreciate that it takes the extraordinary efforts of an entire team to help preserve our most precious resource, our health. And with that, we'd like to say a big thank you to a bunch of people, so please bear with me. Thank you to our MC today, Charlie. Thank you for sharing a little bit about your journey with us. You are inspiring. Thank you to the Cancer Center doctors, nurses, and technicians for the world-class patient care that they provide. Thank you to Pam Newlove for your leadership of the Cancer Center and Gail Hunt for your commitment and leadership of RVH. To Wendy Barner, Director, Capital Planning and Redevelopment, for your leadership in the expansion project. To all of the Cancer Center volunteers for the warm and so important patient experience that they provide. To Marianne Frith for leading the Keep Life Wild fundraising campaign. To the Honorable Andrea Kanjan and Doug Downey, both for their roles in helping further government approvals. And to Ann Smith, Cancer Care Center patient and foundation volunteer, for sharing her patient story with us today. And to our whole family and Michelle for being here today. I'm going to pass the mic over to Dave.
Good afternoon. My name is David Hudson, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my sister, Lara Hudson. Our parents, Brian and Sandy, who are both here today, moved our family to Simcoe County over 50 years ago, starting out in Barrie and then moving to Bradford. Lara graduated from Bradford High, went off to get her degree from Laurier, and returned to Bradford to start a family. She was an active mom, juggling family, her job, and being active in the community. like coaching soccer, which was a sport she enjoyed playing growing up. It wasn't hard for her to adapt to coaching from the sidelines. Her voice carried well. She was a big personality with a loud but infectious laugh. Lara was not shy. She cared deeply about relationships. She knew everyone and had many amazing close friends. Lara's cancer experience started about 22 years ago when she was diagnosed at 32 with an aggressive angiosarcoma that first appeared as breast cancer. Her doctors and treatments were mostly in Toronto. She made the trip to the city many, many times throughout her treatment. She was not always in the greatest condition to travel, but she did it. Sadly, her battle ended in 2004. Lara's two children are here today, Taylor and Paul, with their wives, Lauren and Julia, and Lara's granddaughter, Lennon. Both Taylor and Paul moved to Barrie and called Barrie home many years ago. Paul and Lauren's daughter, Lennon, we could hear earlier, was born at RVH last year. Like many families whose lives are shaped by cancer, you would want to get involved in fundraising. For Kath and I, we started pretty small. Our first homegrown fundraiser was a suggestion from my daughter to hold a lemonade stand at the end of the driveway. It was an amazingly successful, sold-out event. Over the years, Catherine and I have been fortunate to be able to gradually increase our support of cancer care programs and the facilities that cater to patients living outside the major city centers, something that was not available for Lara, but as everyone here today can attest, it's a real game changer to many patients and their families. When we met the team from RVH and the RVH Foundation to talk about their Keep Wild campaign, it just felt right. You are humbled by the overwhelming support and dedication displayed by everyone working and passing through these halls, including patients past and present and their families that have all contributed to making this the highest ranking center in the province. Congratulations. In summary, Catherine and I are hopeful that what we are doing will spur on others, possibly other fortunate families like ours, who might be living in or enjoying our amazing Simcoe Muskoka region. Or maybe it will just give a small push to two little girls to hold a lemonade stand at the end of the driveway. Who knows where it will go from there? From my family to yours, thank you so much for joining in the celebration today. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you, David and Catherine. So to recognize the monumental impact of your investment in the future of cancer care, the Cancer Center at RVH will be renamed, oh, I'm gonna get emotional now, the David and Catherine Hudson Regional Cancer Center. So we'll get the opportunity now to join me in sharing what our future newly expanded Hudson Regional Cancer Center will look like. That's amazing. And at our South Campus in Innisfil, we will also name the cancer clinics in honor of Lara Hudson as well. So thank you, David and Catherine, for your immeasurable impact on the lives of people across Simcoe Muskoka and, of course, the generations to come. Thank you so much.
This is an extraordinary day, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say wow, and thank you again. David and Catherine, as a patient, I want to say thank you on behalf of all patients. You would never know, right? I look great. I hope you can feel genuinely the gratitude and that it's radiating today around this space right now. We are all truly thankful for you and your leadership in laying the groundwork for the next wave of regional cancer care health right here in Simcoe Muskoka. We'd like to thank you all for coming. We would like to thank you again, over and over again. This has been a monumental day, a monumental announcement. This is a day in history for Simcoe County. With that, I bring this formality of this event to a close, but we hope that you will stay, you will mingle, and have a toast to David and Catherine, the Regional Cancer Care Center. So thank you.